I think reading AR on my own is pretty fun.
Instead of doing it at school?
Yeah. Because we don't have that much IR time at school.
Okay. Hey guys, how's it going? So glad that you have joined us. I am sitting here on the back porch with Micah, and it is 12:19, so it's time for our 12:19 devotion time. Man, I hope you're having a good day. I hope that you had a good Monday. Although, Micah, I don't know if it's true for you, but for me, it just seems like the days just all run together. In fact, one of my friends sent me a meme, and it said the days of the week will now be called this day, that day, someday, the other day, next day, because we just don't know what day it is. But that's okay. We're having a good time. I can't wait to see you guys tomorrow night on YouTube Live. But today at 12:19, our devotion is going to be in Luke chapter number 9. Luke chapter 9 is where we're at, and this is a really interesting story. It says in Luke 9:51, when the days were coming to a close for Jesus to be taken up, he determined to journey to Jerusalem. Now let's just stop right there for a second, because I think that is really cool. Jesus had it in his mind already. He knew what was going to happen, and he decided that he was going to journey to Jerusalem, even though he knew what was awaiting him there. And he chose to do the hard thing because it was the right thing. And he planned this. This crucifixion didn't happen by accident, but he did it on purpose. And so it says that he sent messengers ahead of himself, and on the way he entered into a village of the Samaritans to make preparations for him. Now we all know that the Samaritans and the Jews, they didn't get along, and so Jesus was basically going to their cultural enemy's house and asking to help them out. And so Jesus found out, it says this, but in verse 53, but they did not welcome him because he determined to journey to Jerusalem. And when the disciples, James and John, saw this, you know what James and John's nickname was, Micah? James and John, they were brothers.
I know it, I just can't say it.
They were called this would really be a good wrestling nickname, WWF or something like that. They should get James and John's nickname on a tag team wrestling group, because their nickname was this: the Sons of Thunder. Sons of Thunder, yeah. So that was their nickname. I know that was really dorky, but they said this, and this is amazing. In verse 54, they said, "Lord, do you want us to call down fire from heaven to consume them?" In other words, the Samaritan town said, we don't want Jesus to come through our town. So James and John said, God, do you want us to call down fire so that the angel of the Lord comes down and just burns up the whole town, since they're not going to accept you? And I just imagine how bold that was of James and John to say such a thing. And thankfully, Jesus didn't say yes, but he turned, and the Bible says in verse 56 that he rebuked them, and they went another way. And this is amazing, because it shows us that Jesus came not just for one certain group of people, but he came for the whole world. People that are like us and people that are not like us. And I'm so thankful that Jesus didn't come for one specific group of people, but he came for the whole earth. And so the great part about this story is that after Jesus died on the cross and he rose again and he was taken up into heaven, that the Christianity just started spreading throughout the whole world. And a couple of disciples found out that some of the Samaritans had trusted in Jesus and became followers of Jesus Christ. And so they sent some of the disciples to go to a Samaritan town, and guess what 2 disciples they sent? That's right, Peter and John, or James and John, and the Sons of Thunder, the same guys that wanted to burn them up with fire, actually ended up in going over and ministering to them in a mighty way. And this tells us something very important about who God is and what the gospel is all about. And the truth is that the gospel is for everyone, and we just need to be faithful in sharing the love of Christ with people and leave the results up to God. You know, when I was on a mission trip over to Guatemala, something happened to our team, and actually one of the places where we were going to minister to, these guys came and they stole one of our teammates' camera. He had this real nice camera that he was taking pictures of for the whole trip, and they snuck into his bag and stole his camera. It was probably worth about $500, and the people that were Christians that we were there ministering alongside of knew exactly who had stolen it, but they said it would really start a big battle if we tried to get it back. And so they were very apologetic, and they were very upset about what had happened. And then I'll never forget it. One of the leaders of our trip looked at the mission team from Guatemala, and they said this. They said, lost people are going to act like lost people, and that's why we're here. You know, the Samaritans rejected Jesus because they didn't know Jesus, but that's why Jesus came. And so think about who it is in your life, maybe that not your best friend, but somebody around you that doesn't know Christ, and make it a purpose for you to pray for them daily. You know, I have a couple of people that I know that are lost, and they're actually followers of another religion, but I try to pray for them often, knowing that one day God is going to do a mighty work in their life. They're going to act different than us, and it's not our place to judge them or to try to get revenge for God, not do things our way, but just trust God, pray for them, and see how He works amazing things out. And who knows, one day they may end up in a Bible study that you are leading, just like what happened to James and John. Hey, you guys, I hope you have a great day. I'm praying for you. Keep doing your schoolwork well. Keep helping out at home. Keep your head up. I know this is a real difficult time that we're all going through, but I can't wait to see you tomorrow night. Don't forget, Mikey, you know how to dab? You know how to dab your sneezes and pray to Jesus. You guys have a great day. Love you.